you son of a bitch. Cause Pawn's drunk loves you.
Keep it light, keep it light, keep it light, keep it light. Get it light, get it light, get it light, get the light beat going. And get the light, and get the light beat going. And get the light, and get the light beat going. Get the light, the light, get the light beat going. Get the light, the light. Yeah. And I'll say it, and you lay it. Crossover, spin move, jump shot, Jay. The voice of Harlem, yes indeed. Let me tell you what I need. I need money, don't need fame. No beef, no 50, no game. I am the light. I keep it tight. With all my might. What's all? You know how I do it. I don't even need no music. No doors, dress. No music. No music. No music. No music. Come on.
Hold up, what up? Y'all already know this is Punch on Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. Café Bustelo, a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. Let's go, baby. Y'all already know the end of the year, the ending of the year, 2025. Good year, not incredible, but good. Decent year. I believe that 2026 is going to be historic. And you already know it's going to start it off with the Takeover 2.0, the two-division undisputed world champion. Yeah, I said it. Two-time lineal, two-division lineal, the Takeover. Teofimo Lopez is going to be facing the three-division world champion. Super featherweight unified the titles. One-time lineal, one-time Ring Magazine. Shakur Stevenson, Newark, New Jersey, tri-state area. January 31st, Madison Square Garden, New York City. And the undercard, as we all know, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people been talking about it all day in social media, X formerly known as Twitter, on YouTube, on IG, on TikTok, on everything else. Y'all already know the undercard officially announced by Ring Magazine, Turkey Out Shake. Okay, I like it. It's not like this it's not overwhelming, but I like it. Get busy in the building. What's good, man? Get busy in the building. You already know, man. If you haven't become a member of the Punch on Boxing, you already know, man. Become a member of the Punch on Boxing and join the familia. The familia. Let's go on here in the building. What's good, man? What's good? Lit in the building. What's good, man? 13 in the building. What's good? MMA Boxing the Addicts in the building. Yeah, man. We got Keyshawn Davis returning back in the ring. Let's go. Silver Olympian, USA. You already know Keyshawn Davis was a world champion in the 135-pound division, was a phenom in the 135-pound division. Yeah, he had a little bit of a hiccup and stuff like that, came overweight. You know, a lot of people say it's unprofessionalism, but at the end of the day, man, there's a lot of people in the sport of boxing, a lot of legends in the game. A lot of fighters in the sport of boxing, the history of the sport of boxing have done the same mistake that Keyshawn Davis has done. Let's not forget that even David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, the Ecuadorian monster, the Dominican monster, any boxing fan in the building, was good. Yeah, I remember we were shaming. A lot of people were shaming Canelo Alvarez for David Benavidez. But let's not forget that David Benavidez, he got stripped not once but twice. First time, sniffing the white lady, and then eating too much Butterfingers and drinking coquito and stuff like that. Came overweight, got stripped 2 times, but still, we gave him a pass. And we said, yo, Canelo Alvarez, you got to face David Benavidez. You got to face Canelo Alvarez, people. Pero ese no estaba haciendo lo que tenía que hacer para pelear conmigo. Porque cuando yo vi para 1.78, ese tigre estaba con cocaína y estaba comiendo mucho. It's not Canelo Alvarez for had to face Caden Pfeiffer. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get mad. Even Manny Pacquiao, one time in his career, came overweight. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao, bro. Yeah, El Cristiano, alabaré. Yeah, he came overweight one time early in his career. Still managed to become an 8-division world champion, 5-time millennial, 12-time world champion, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all. Zico, Manny Pacquiao, even him, yeah, overweight. Let's not forget about that. You know, a lot of people, a lot of fighters has done in the past. Even Shakur Stevenson. Let's not forget, he came overweight. Let's not forget that's the reason he got stripped, remember? Before the fight with Social, y'all remember? So, you know what I'm saying? I just can't be all the way mad with Keyshawn Davis on professional shit like that. Keyshawn Davis shouldn't get an opportunity. Keyshawn Davis. Hey, let's not forget about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia also came overweight. Let's not forget about Ryan Garcia. Still put that beat down on Devin the Dream Haney and still got the benefit of the doubt. Even when he popped for Oscar, he still got the benefit of the doubt. So I don't want to hear, no, I don't know what Keyshawn Davis getting an opportunity to get a big fight, man. Keyshawn Davis, you think Keyshawn Davis to that? Stop it. What's going on in these streets, Punch? Hey, yo, a lot of things going on in these streets, man. They just officially announced the undercard, man. We got Jermaine Ortiz versus Keyshawn Davis. I like that fight. I like it. The reason, I'm going to tell you like this. The reason why people may say like, yo, man, I don't know about this fight is because just last week we was pumped up with the face-to-face of Keyshawn Davis and Riches and Hitches, and they was going at it. Matter of fact, they was promoting the fight better than even Teofimo and Shakur. You know what I'm saying? They was going at it, so everybody got hyped in the sport of boxing. Yo, Keyshawn Davis and Riches and Hitches, that shit is a good fight. You know what I'm saying? But this is a good fight as well. This is a good ass fight as well. Let me tell you like this. It's a highly winnable fight for Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz got good momentum going to the fight. Keyshawn Davis, you know what I'm saying? All he got to do is got to get his mind right. If his mind is right, his body looking ripped, his body looking right. He's in training camp with the likes of Shakur Stevenson, was in training camp with the likes of Buck Crawford. So Keyshawn Davis is in incredible shape. You know what I'm saying? Look like he's physically right, he's mentally right, and we're gonna be breaking that fight down. But I'm gonna tell you like this: Jermaine Ortiz has a great chance of winning this fight. Keyshawn Davis, I got Keyshawn Davis as the favorite, but that doesn't mean that Jermaine Ortiz is not favored to fight. It's not. I mean, it doesn't have a legitimate, highly legitimate chance to win this fight because I believe he got the skill set, he got the wrinkles to actually make some adjustments. But there's just one thing about Jermaine Ortiz that still is like. Once that championship round comes about, he don't make an adjustment. He fades away, in my opinion. And if you already know that Keyshawn Davis, he could work the inside, could work the outside. He's a boxer puncher. You know what I'm saying? He's very athletic. He's very powerful in both hands. And let me tell you like this. When he gets up to another gear, will Jermaine Ortiz match that gear? If Keyshawn Davis goes into the championship rounds and amps it up and turn into a dog, will Jermaine Ortiz meet him up there? And that's the only question I got about Jermaine Ortiz. When it comes to the championship rounds, he fades away like Jamel Herring. He fade away versus Lomachenko. He actually even also fade away even in the 11th and 12th round versus Teofimo Lopez when a lot of people thought, well, yo, man, for real, I think Jermaine Ortiz won, man. For real, man. I think Jermaine Ortiz won, man. Stop. Lot of contradictions and hypocrisy when it comes to the Teofimo Lopez and Jermaine Ortiz stuff. The boxing world was making fun. They don't want to see no Tom and Jerry, right? I don't want to see no Tom and Jerry, right? When it came to with Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez, when it came to Shakur Stevenson versus Edgar de los Santos, hey, yo, man, Shakur Stevenson is running like a little bitch. Shakur Stevenson running like a little bitch. Devin Haney's running like a little bitch, man. He's scared. He's going to get hit, man. He's running like a little bitch. That's no place in the sport of boxing. There's no place in the sport of boxing. Jermaine Ortiz run from Teofimo Lopez. Yo, he got to cut the ring off, yo. Nah. Jermaine Ortiz won, yo. He got to learn how to cut the ring off now. Nah, you got to make adjustments, man. Man, what happened to... Y'all was so mad And Shakur Stevenson was so mad at Devin Haney, y'all, but y'all all happy with Jermaine Ortiz. See, I got y'all. See, I just want to be a hater of Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, y'all hate the runners, but everybody could run with Teo. Matter of fact, as we talking about this fight, right? If a lot of people always talking about the potential approach that Shakur Stevenson is going to get is going to showcase versus Teofimo Lopez, because I always go with, I think that Shakur Stevenson is going to beat Teofimo Lopez because you see what Jermaine Ortiz did, you see what Sando Martin did. Oh, okay. See, I think that Shakur is going to fight like Jermaine Ortiz, so maybe Teofimo Lopez should take a page out of Shakur's book and spar Jermaine Ortiz, and they could work out and prepare to fight Keyshawn and Shakur Stevenson, because Keyshawn Davis is helping Shakur Stevenson, and Shakur Stevenson going to help out Keyshawn Davis. Maybe Teofimo Lopez is going to need Jermaine Ortiz to prepare for a guy that y'all say is going to fight like Shakur Stevenson. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Jermaine Ortiz is looking at me. I don't want to show Teofimo Lopez my growth, because at the end of the day, Keyshawn Davis and Jermaine Ortiz are going to be fighting for the number one mandatory. Already, Keyshawn Davis is a mandatory precision, but you know what I'm saying? The winner of this is going to get an immediate shot to the one that wins the Teo versus Shakur Stevenson. But before I finish up with that, because this is going to be what the live is going to be about. Y'all see the title, see the thumbnail. All right, it's Shakur Stevenson destroying Keyshawn's potential legacy. Teofimo Lopez winning shuts down the 140-pound confusion. What am I talking about, folks? What am I goddamn talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Damn it, I'm hype. Can't match my energy. Anyway, what am I talking about? Do y'all understand what I'm talking about? The people in the chat that's looking on, smash that like button like if you was smashing your shorty. All right, smash that like button if you were smashing pork and potato salad this past a couple of days ago in Christmas. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Shakur Stevenson destroying Keyshawn potential legacy. I'm gonna say it. Look. I'm gonna say it again. Caesar in the building. Caesar in the building. Mexico. Hola de way. And what I'm talking about is Shakur Stevenson is highly documented. Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, they're friends forever until we meet again. We're talking about friends. They're friends. He's my friend. Ese mi amigos. Mira, mami, ese mi amigo. Yo los quiero mucho como un hermanito mío. They're friends. They're friends. They're buddies. They're buddies. They're friends. Ese mi amiguito. We go to play tag and you know what I'm saying? That's my best friend. You know what I'm saying? But their friendship is getting in the way. And they might not admit it, but one of them going to have to make a choice. And maybe, ladies and gentlemen, I think one of them already made a choice. And it goes by the nickname, the businessman. See, let me tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen. I love friendship. That's good. Some friendships in the world are better than the relationship you have with your siblings, right? Sometimes you may have a friend that you closer to your friend than you closer to your own cousin, closer to your old damn brother. You know what I'm saying? I understand friendship, y'all. I understand. Yo soy amiguitos. I don't have friends and amiguitos and amiguitas. I understand, bro. I understand friendship. But friendship should not be getting in the way of your ultimate goal. You feel me? Let's be real, let's be honest. Your friends is supposed to be your massive supporters, right? That's what your friend is, right? Your friends should be the extension. Your friends, your circle should also be the extension of your goals, the extension of who you are, the extension of your morals, your extension of your principle. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's what friends are, man. Camaraderie, brotherhood. But I don't want a friend that's going to limit my potential, going to limit my goals and reaching my goals is going to put roadblocks, or put it this way, a better word for it, compromise my ultimate goal, compromise my pursuit of greatness. My friendship should not be in the way of that. Then it's not a friendship. It's not what's best for me at the moment. You understand what I'm trying to say? Hey, yo, put it this way. Put it this way. Because I know a lot of people, probably many successful people, or in the pursuit of being successful or whatever, you accomplish the goals that you want to set and stuff like that. We all, I mean, not all, but most of us, you know what I'm saying? We grew up in the hood, in the ghetto, in the block and stuff like that, right? And sometimes our goals don't align with our friendship, right? You know what I'm saying? Hey yo, I'm a street kid. I'm a street dude. But I still went to school and I still went to college. And 95% of my friends didn't go to college. Am I going to stay on the block, or I got to go do my education? And you know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm trying to say, folks? They still my friends, but I'm not going to let them get in the way of my goal. And if I have them around, if I want to do the same thing they want to do and stuff like that, it's going to, you know what I'm saying, get in the way of my goals, going to compromise what I really want to do, what I really want to accomplish, right? Get busy. Go on the air, pass all that super chatty body game. Melodies, let's go no matter what. If done right, Keyshawn versus Shakur will be a big fight. It would be a big fight. Good looking out, man. God bless you, my brother. They good looking out with the $10 super chat. Good looking out with the donation. I thought it was a trash can. And I understand. Look, they always ask Shakur Stevenson. I've asked Shakur Stevenson. I've asked Keyshawn Davis, are you going to fight, man? Y'all friends. Come on, man. I ain't never going to fight my boy Shakur. Shakur said, I ain't never going to fight my king Keyshawn. That's my brother. Teofimo Lopez even called him out in that interview with Ring Magazine with Rick Reno. Man, that's my brother. Seeing Teofimo Lopez, like, you see? Friends are few. People come into your life for seasons. Exactly. But do you want to keep that friend around when it's limiting you? And ladies and gentlemen, whether Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson do not want to realize it, their potential greatness, their potential lucrative prestige legacy is compromised. Unless one chooses legacy over the other. Or one chooses a path of legacy and the other one just chooses a path of straight just money. I'm getting money over here. You go for legacy. I'm just want the cash. You go for the cash and the legacy, but I'm just going for cash. And probably because Keyshawn Davis got the businessman sign on, and he said before in the interviews and stuff like that, that belts really don't matter and the sanctioning fees and stuff, because Keyshawn Davis was talking about that way before he even got into contentions, right? I've asked Keyshawn Davis a long time ago, does belts matter? And he was like, really, belts don't matter and stuff like that. Not like that. So I believe that Keyshawn Davis, if this is going to work, and what am I talking about? Think about it. Shakur Stevenson was campaigning in the super featherweight division. Let's be real. Let's take a little bit back. We remember we was talking about the 4 kings, right? The 4 kings, the potential 4 kings. I know a lot of people be like, "Man, there ain't no 4 kings." You know what I'm saying? I hate when people say about the 4 kings. Hey, you can't compare these motherfuckers nowadays to Hagler, to Hearn, and you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, do that? Hell no, man, hell no. But shut the F up. Stop trying to downplay this generation. Just let's play around with it. Damn it. The potential is just a selling pitch. The potential 4 kings. Shakur Stevenson was not in the potential 4 kings. Let's be real, let's be honest, right? He was not in the beginning because he was in a division where Tank was in the 135, Tio was at 135, Haney was at 135, and Ryan Garcia was at 135. So they was promoting that because there was a potential, realistic at the time, fight for all these guys. Shakur Stevenson was in this discussion like with Frey Benitez, like, yeah, okay, he's part of, yeah, it's not the four kings, but put him as one of the five, right? Keyshawn Davis doing his amateur thing, Olympics and stuff like that, getting the silver medalist and stuff like that, representing USA, right? But let's not forget, Shakur Stevenson been in talks with Gervonta Tank Davis as soon as he's climbing the ladder, winning championships, and then about to enter the 135-pound division. And we was talking about Shakur, potential fight with Shakur and Haney. Remember Haney and them? Remember Shakur and Teo never really was going at it like that. Yeah, they bicker at each other and stuff like that, but never really looking at it like that. There was a time when Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney was on social media, and Bill Haney, and they was pumping the fight, and there was offers there that was sent by or whatever, and the percentage wasn't right, whatever, right? But of course, Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis was a discussion massively in the 135-pound division. But here comes Keyshawn Davis climbing the ladder, right? Keyshawn Davis is disrupting with his performances, because let's be real, let's be honest. Shakur Stevenson, great talent, great technical skills. To be honest, rarely seen holes in his game, right? Brian in the building. Puro takeover in this motherfucker, everybody. Dijo Brian today, right? But when Keyshawn Davis beat Denny, right? Knocked him out. We was talking about Davis versus Davis. We were like, damn, Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Tank Davis is the fight that we've been talking about is good, but we think that a Keyshawn Davis versus Gervonta Tank Davis will be more entertaining. And when remember, they was going back and forth. Then Gervonta Tank Davis and Keyshawn Davis was going back and forth on social media, right? Keyshawn Davis' performance and knocking out to win his world title. Now we're talking about Keyshawn versus Gervonta Tank Davis. And now, he entered the conversation, and now we're like, man, we rather see Keyshawn and Tank, because Shakur, yeah, he good, but we think it ain't gonna be that entertaining like these guys that go for the knockout and blah, 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 right? But we already knew that these guys was not gonna fight each other. So where are they going to reach? They have a cap, because Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson will never fight for a unification bout, right? Let me know. Stop me if I'm wrong. Keyshawn Davis, when he held the title, and Shakur Stevenson held the title, we never was talking about a potential unification bout, because they said they friends and they're not going to fight each other. So let's be real. Let's be honest. There was no quest of undisputed. Somebody had to make a choice. Well, Keyshawn Davis, he lost his belt when he lost his belt. Shakur Stevenson still the WBC lightweight champion. Wrong in the building. Wrong in the building. Wrong. Right? Then we heard that Tank was going to be negotiating with Lomachenko, blah, blah, blah. And then things fell off. We got Lamar Roach or whatever, right? People are ducking Shakur Stevenson, but as much as Shakur Stevenson is saying that people was ducking him, you wouldn't even unify the titles with Keyshawn Davis, because your friendship is limiting your potential greatness. You maximizing your potential to accomplish undisputed. You want what Bud Crawford got, but you're not willing to get what Bud Crawford got, because your friendship is more important than you maximizing your legacy. Right? As much as I like, Shakur Stevenson is one of my favorite fighters. He's one of my favorite fighters. Always gave him props. I said Shakur Stevenson will be anybody except Teofimo Lopez. I did have in the beginning of study when Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson, I said, damn, Gervonta Tank Davis, because I know when Gervonta Tank Davis when he really wants to be great, if he really puts it together, that mentality with his skill set and hard work and dedication and all that, if he really puts it together, even his contemporaries know that he's a top dog, like legitimate top dog, right? They know, because they younger, they a little bit younger than Tank. Shakur Stevenson respects Tank. Teo respects Tank. Haney respects Tank. Ryan respects Tank. Don't let these motherfuckers fool you out here if they do. No. The way they approach legacy is different, but when it comes to just the skills and talent and what they knew, and they all have sparred, they all have sparred and worked with Tank before, and Tank knows these guys as well. If you really, he respects a Shakur, he respects a Teofimo Lopez. These guys ain't dumb. That's why I remember back in the day, Javonte Tank Davis used to call Shakur Stevenson my brother. There's a tweet right there. Back in the days, I put it up on my Twitter. Good looking now, Caesar. Good looking now, man. God bless you, my brother. Shout out to everybody, and I hope y'all had a good Christmas and stuff like that. Shout out to my other peoples I haven't seen in a while, but I hope that your family's doing good and your health is doing good. Shout out to my brother Charles Edward Queso. Always thinking about my brother and stuff like that. Hoping he's doing well. Boxing Talk, hope he's doing well as well. Jackie Hernandez, hope he's doing well. Y'all already know, man. To my loyal supporters for a long time, just hope that they're doing well. Now, back. So, Shakur Stevenson has put a cap on his potential legacy. But why he's putting a cap on his potential legacy, he's also putting a cap on Keyshawn Davis. Think about it. Keyshawn Davis, think about this. Keyshawn Davis is at 135. Shakur Stevenson was at 126. Here comes Shakur Stevenson at 135. And by coming at 135, whether he want to admit it or not, he's disrupting the legacy, the potential legacy, and Keyshawn's approach, his potential legacy. I'm coming to your division now, right? Right? He's disrupting his friend. Whether they want to admit it or not, Shakur Stevenson is disrupting, compromising Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis is at 135. You at 126. Now you coming to your friend, your brothers. But now what he's going to do? He gains a world title. He ain't going to fight you. You put a cap. Okay. Keyshawn Davis, he loses his strap because he come overweight. Everybody knows he's going to 140. Now we're talking about Keyshawn Davis, a potential 140. Keyshawn Davis versus Teofimo Lopez. Keyshawn Davis versus Richard Zitch. Keyshawn Davis, what he's going to do at 140 and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, we even stopped talking about Keyshawn Davis versus Andy Cruz. Keyshawn Davis, WBO, they put him in mandatory position for a Teofimo Lopez fight. Remember, even he was with Turkey Al Sheikh, and Turkey Al Sheikh was calling Teofimo Lopez on the phone, and he told Turkey Al Sheikh said, "What are you could fight you would fight Keyshawn Davis." And Teofimo Lopez, let's just do what we're going to do. No, we want boots. We want boots, right? Remember? Shakur Stevenson's not in the discussion. Put it this way. Shakur Stevenson's not even in the discussion of that potential unwritten tournament that they had. Remember, it was Ryan Garcia versus Rolly, Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez, Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barbosa, the winner of the Rolly and Ryan, whatever, it's supposed to be the rematch of Ryan and Devin Haney. They in discussion, and then it's supposed to be Teofimo Lopez versus Boots. Remember? No Shakur, right? So you never heard Turkey. What about Shakur? And you never heard Turkey say, what about Shakur and Teo? What about Shakur and Haney? No. Turkey Al Sheikh have said Boots and Teo, Devin Haney and Teo was in negotiations. And Keyshawn Davis and Teo, these are the fights that Turkey mentioned. Remember, Shakur, not in the mix of these talks. Caesar, con los 10 pesos a comprar comida china mañana. Me dice, my nigga Punch, I have been watching Shakur's interview recently, and he's not sounding like he did in the beginning. He's not guaranteed he beats Teo anymore. I wonder what happened. We're gonna get to that. What happened is you know what? You know what I think he's probably sounding, in my opinion? No, he's giving a lot of respect to Teofimo Lopez, but he may sound overly confident. You know what I'm saying? Because even Shakur Stevenson, he'll dial it down when he's in training camp when it comes to tweeting and stuff like that. He'll calm it down. He's there every day. Now he's doing his own YouTube channel. Now he's doing the boxing content. Is it he destroy? You see his gym full of people, full of coaches. Yo, Shakur Stevenson's gym looked like a football coach. Like they have coordinators. They got the coordinators and stuff like that. Yo, it looked like he got like 150 coaches for Teofimo Lopez. Damn, you need all them coaches to prepare for Teo? He got like 53 mint work dudes. Yo, it's crazy, right? Robo, solo 20 pesos, $20 super chat. Me dice Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad, con vero año felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Diablo, mira, yo canto bien, ladies and gentlemen. Preposterous año nuevo. Thank you, my brother. Yeah, man. Hopefully it's a great 2026. I think it's going to be a great 2026 boxing year, though. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Hope y'all had a wonderful Christmas as well, man. And the little ones and the loved ones and the significant others and the mommy and daddy and the grandpas and the grandmas and the aunts and the cousin and all that. So, right? So where I left off with Teo. What the hell? What the hell is that? Yo canto también, all right? I'm singing. I'm a singer too. What happened? You don't like how I sing it? Joaquin? You don't like a hip hop boxing sing? But so Shakur Stevenson was never he was never in the mix. He was never in the mix, right? So I'm talking about that Shakur Stevenson is disrupting, whether he like it or not, whether it's directly or indirectly. All I'm saying is Shakur Stevenson is compromising the pursuit of Keyshawn's Davis legacy, greatness, potential, and that. See, now, remember, he was not in the mix. Still at 135, seeking to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, Shakur Stevenson got an opportunity to dare to be great and fight Teofimo Lopez, which is a great fight. I love that fight. I feel like that's the number one fight of this generation. I'm good. I got Teofimo Lopez winning respectfully. I got Teofimo Lopez Takeover 2.0 beating Shakur Stevenson January 31st, Madison Square Garden, New York City, my city. Let's go. I got him winning. But I'm just talking about what's the best scenario anyway. Regardless who I have winning or losing, what is the best scenario? Now Shakur Stevenson is going to 140-pound division, a division that he knew his friend was about to campaign. See, he's disrupting it. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, hold on, so y'all can understand what I'm talking about. So y'all can understand what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all can understand what I'm talking about. Shout out to Keyshawn Davis. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson. Shout out to Teofimo Lopez, Jermaine Ortiz. But I got to keep it real. Got to keep it honest. This is how it's going to go down. Remember, at the end of the day, I'm a boxing fan. In the end of the day, I want to see legacy reign supreme. In the end of the day, I want to see great fights. In the end of the day, I want to see fighters pursuit of greatness, especially when you're in a position to do so, especially when you was destined to do so. Hold on. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen, so y'all can understand what I'm talking about. I don't want Team Keyshawn, Team Shakur to be like, oh man, what Punch was talking about, man? We've been telling the world we don't want to fight each other. Why y'all fucking pushing that fight on us, man? We don't want to fight each other, man. We're friends. But I'm a boxing fan. And I got I gotta ask for fights that make sense for the sport of boxing. The boxing fans ain't supposed to worry about your friendship. Oh, you didn't invite us to Thanksgiving. You didn't invite us to Merry Christmas. We not your friends. We're boxing fans. But we understand your friendship. But we're boxing fans first. Right? Hold on. Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Let me go to the WBO. What does it say there, ladies and gentlemen? Hold on. What does it say there? Who's number one? Hold on. What's the M? Mandatory precision. Get it? You get it? Jermaine Ortiz is number 11. Keyshawn Davis in already a mandatory position with the fight Teofimo Lopez. But guess who's fighting Teofimo Lopez, folks? Shakur Stevenson fighting Teofimo Lopez. Who's helping Shakur Stevenson to beat Teofimo Lopez? Keyshawn Davis. Well, let's say if Shakur Stevenson beats Teo. And let's say Keyshawn Davis beat Jermaine Ortiz. Is Shakur Stevenson going to fight his mandatory? No. So, is it the best scenario for Keyshawn, for Shakur Stevenson to beat Teofimo Lopez, regardless who you got winning or losing? Regardless who you got winning or losing. If you're a guy that has, no, man, I got Shakur beating Teo. I got Shakur beating Teo. Or Teo beating Shakur. But if you got Shakur beating Teo, as a boxing fan, is that the best scenario for you? Shakur Stevenson is friends with Richardson Hitchens. Well, Keyshawn Davis is winning to fight Richardson Hitchens, but Shakur Stevenson don't want to fight his friend. He said in the past he wouldn't want to fight Richardson Hitchens because that's his boy. He's not going to fight Keyshawn Davis because that's his boy. So what is the use of Shakur Stevenson even beating Teofimo Lopez? Okay, bragging rights. You want to know I'm the best. Maybe he go back to the 140 to 135 pound division. But is that what Shakur Stevenson truly want to do? If Shakur Stevenson go to the 140 pound division and beat Teofimo Lopez, why would I even want Shakur Stevenson to go back to the 135? We don't know what Tech is going to do next. We don't know if he want to compete. We don't even know if he wants to come back to the sport of boxing. We haven't heard nothing from Gervonta Tank Davis that he truly want to compete and really want to fight Shakur Stevenson. That fight is not going to happen, right? Who you want to fight? You want to go from Teo to fight the winner of Pitbull and Roach? That's what y'all want to do? I mean, Lomachenko is not here. What do you want to? Oh, okay. All right. Shakur Stevenson versus the winner of Moretaya and Andy Cruz. I mean, okay, the Andy Cruz fight. But then if Shakur Stevenson fights Andy Cruz, do we want to see Shakur fight Andy Cruz, or we want to see Keyshawn Davis and fight Andy Cruz? In the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, let's be real, let's be honest. It is the best scenario for Shakur Stevenson to actually beat Teofimo Lopez in the 140 pound division, regardless if I have Teofimo Lopez beating Shakur Stevenson. Ladies and gentlemen, Shakur Stevenson beating Teofimo Lopez is bad for boxing. It's not, I'm not going to say bad for boxing. It's bad for the division. Until Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis, hey, yo, put it this way. I'm going to throw them a bone. I'm going to throw them a bone. How about you just tell the world you want to fight the winner? Because it's hard to promote or wish that somebody wins if we know is a dead end after it. Ma said, good point. I think fights Haney for a turkey bag next. I don't know. Is that what Shakur's saying? Is he going to go to a 147-pound division? Maybe. Shakur Stevenson wins. He put himself in mandatory position for Teofimo Lopez, for Devin Haney fight if he wins. But he just said he's going to have a rehydration clause. It looks like Shakur Stevenson truly doesn't want to, is not going to give in for that fight. Is Devin Haney going to go through the rehydration clause? I don't know. He's the ace. He'll probably be the ace. Well, I don't know who's going to be the ace side because that win, the win of Shakur versus Teofimo Lopez to me is going to be the king of the generation. They're going to be the A side. I don't give a fuck what anybody's saying. I put it this way: the win of Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, they're the A side. People gonna be like, yo, I don't give a fuck about, man. Turkey is here. Fuck the A side and B side. Shut the fuck up. They go, hey, yo, that to me, that's a big fight. That's a big fight that's gonna grant the biggest praise, in my opinion. You're gonna hear the biggest praise. I'm going to give to the winner. But if Shakur Stevenson gonna move up, it don't sound like he's ready to move up to 147, even after that win. And Teofimo Lopez is not really a big 140 anyway. That's the reason I believe that Shakur Stevenson is highly comfortable in fighting Teofimo Lopez, right? He ain't telling Teofimo Lopez a rehydration clause because everybody know that Teofimo Lopez is really the smallest 140. If you really think about it, Teo is the smallest out of all the champions. He's one of the smallest 140s. Shakur Stevenson look bigger. It's actually bigger than Teofimo Lopez. Or look bigger. So, If Keyshawn Davis, now put it this way. If Jermaine Ortiz beats Keyshawn Davis, right? Think about this, folks. If Jermaine Ortiz, el dominicano, el puertorriqueño de Massachusetts, beats Jermaine, if Jermaine Ortiz beat Keyshawn Davis, that'll be one of the biggest wins of their generation as well. It'll be a huge win. It will be a big win where, hands down, the world of boxing will be taking Jermaine Ortiz highly serious. I'm going to tell you like this. Jermaine Ortiz beat Keyshawn Davis. He's going to be a potential matchup for everybody. And people going to be like, you know what? He's probably going to be the favorite to 80% of any matchup you match him up with if he beats Keyshawn Davis. Guess what? If Teo beats Shakur and Jermaine beats Keyshawn, we're having a potential rematch. And people are going to be glued to a potential rematch of Teofimo Lopez and Jermaine Ortiz, because there's people out there that shame Teofimo Lopez for the performance that he had versus Jermaine Ortiz. There's people out there that believe that Jermaine Ortiz beat Teo. A rematch with Jermaine Ortiz and Teofimo Lopez is a big fight, especially if Jermaine Ortiz beats Keyshawn Davis. See, we're still winning. Rap Star Boxing out of the voice of the UK, London, bruv, in the building. What's good, bruv? See, going forward, the best scenario, I'm not talking about who you like better, if you like Teo better, or if you like Shakur better, whoever you pick a Shakur to win or Teo to win, pick a Jermaine Ortiz or Keyshawn Davis to win. If you believe that Keyshawn Davis is the better fighter or whatever, I'm talking about the best scenario as a boxing fan. I don't know if Shakur Stevenson winning is the best scenario. Or I don't think that Keyshawn and Shakur winning at the same time is the best scenario. Why? Why would it be? They won't fight each other. He'll be in mandatory position. He don't have to fight his mandatory. That means Shakur Stevenson will disrupt the... he's going to vacate. He's going to go to 135, going to go to 147. We don't know. But what we do know is they're not going to fight each other. If Keyshawn Davis wins and Teofimo Lopez wins, well, guess what? He's going to want to get his brother revenge. Keyshawn Davis versus Teofimo Lopez will be a beautiful fight. People are going to gauge that performance with Keyshawn Davis they had with Jermaine Ortiz. Let's say Keyshawn Davis stopped Jermaine Ortiz. It's going to make that fight a little bit interesting with Keyshawn Davis and Teofimo Lopez. Let's say if Teofimo Lopez beats Shakur Stevenson, it will make a Keyshawn versus Teo double times bigger than what it was if they would have fought each other last year. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, but the friendship of Shakur and Keyshawn is very disruptive. It is not good for the sport of boxing, especially if they're going to be campaigning in the same division. One of them has to make a choice. Keyshawn, you got to make a choice. Are you in it for legacy? Are you in it to be the greatest? Or are you just going to be the businessman and let your brother Shakur Stevenson accomplish the legacy and you just accomplish the money? Because y'all in the clashing course, right? What they call it? The clashing, what you call it? The collision course, and y'all not even going to collide. Y'all in the collision course, and y'all not even going to collide. And what's that going to leave the boxing fans? We still going to bug y'all. We're going to bug y'all worse than ever. If Shakur, you win, and Keyshawn, you win, y'all going to be, oh, yeah. Man, we did it, man. Yo, for real, man, fuck boxing. No, man. In the end of the day, you know what they're going to, in the end of the day, they're going to turn around and flip the middle finger at us. That's why I'm saying it's not a good scenario. Because if Keyshawn Davis wins and Shakur wins and you the mandatory to Shakur Stevenson, we're going to be like, why you not fighting your mandatory? Then we're going to be like, and they're going to be like, fuck y'all, we're friends. Then we're going to be disrespected. So Keyshawn and Shakur, if y'all don't like to listen to the question over and over, y'all got to make a choice. Right? Either y'all campaign in different divisions, because if you want to be great, Keyshawn and Shakur, you want to be great, but how the fuck we gonna know who the fucking greatest is if y'all not gonna fight each other? So Keyshawn Davis is gonna have to make a choice. I think because he's the businessman He's gonna have to make a choice. And look, y'all already know. If y'all follow the channel, y'all already know. I've been pumping Keyshawn Davis before he was a professional. We chopping it up. I'm a fan of Keyshawn Davis. Y'all know that. I'm a fan of Shakur Stevenson. I'm a supporter. That's my guys. Teofimo Lopez, win, lose, or draw. That's my friend. That's my brother. Shout out to the family and stuff like that. But I keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively. For me, I believe that Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo is going to be a hard fight. I think respectfully, Teofimo Lopez going to win. I think that Keyshawn Davis, he's got the upper hand. I believe that he's going to beat Jermaine Ortiz and stuff like that. I believe that Shakur Stevenson beats everybody else or whatever camp. I think he beats everybody in whatever division he's campaigning except for Teofimo Lopez. That's just my opinion. What up, my thoughts in the building with a $20 super chatty patty K said. I think Teo will have to stop Shakur for a victory. It's possible, but I gotta see it to believe it. Shakur defense is superb. Good looking out, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you with the super chat. To buy comida china to the Indian buffet tomorrow too. Hey, it was a snowstorm out here, man. I was slipping and sliding and stuff like that, man. I'm saying, what the fuck happened to the tracks? What happened to the tracks? Smash that like. I think Keyshawn is good for boxing, especially in North America. I think that Shakur is great for boxing. I think that Teo is great for boxing. I actually like the wrinkles of Jermaine Ortiz going into this fight versus Keyshawn Davis, because I'm going to tell you like this. Jermaine Ortiz, look. Some of y'all may not agree. We all wanted to see, because of course we was all hyped. We was all hyped about Keyshawn and Richards Hitchens going back and forth. Hey, yo, my man, I did this, you in sparring and shit like that, going face to face, my nigga, and stuff like that. And always personal and stuff like that. I was there. I felt the energy. Everybody felt the energy. We were like, damn, imagine this should be the co-main event. Damn. But let me tell you like this. Jermaine Ortiz truly wasn't a favorite to be backed by the machine, right? Yeah, he had promotional deals, but he wasn't the guy, right? His last luster performance with the Jamel Hearings of the world, he faded away with Lomachenko, and he was beating Lomachenko. If he kept that same effort of the first half of that fight he had with Lomachenko, he would have beaten Lomachenko. See, Jermaine Ortiz has had opportunities, but he fades away in the championship rounds. That's what I need to know. This is where Jermaine Ortiz need to work at. Because let me tell you like this. Jermaine Ortiz have shown me wrinkle to his game that is actually better than Richards and Hitchens. Maybe, let me rephrase that. Because I think that Richards and Hitchens got really, really good skills. But I think that Jermaine Ortiz got more wrinkle to his game. I'm going to give you an example. Jermaine Ortiz has seen, if you look at Jermaine Ortiz's fight with Jamel Hearing, even his last fight, Lomachenko, Teofimo, even in his losses but competitive fights, he fights differently. Think about it. Jermaine Ortiz is orthodox, but fought Teofimo Lopez, an elite fighter, pound for pound fighter, right? Southpaw. And did well. He actually did well. He just didn't step on the gas. If you look at that 12th round of the Jermaine Ortiz versus Teofimo Lopez, if people thought it was if people thought it was a close fight, if people thought that fighter was close, go back to Jermaine and Teo and just watch the 12th round without the commentators, because I'm gonna say like this: Timothy Bradley doesn't like Teofimo Lopez. We know that in their history. Watch it. Jermaine Ortiz was running around like he had it in the bag. No, my brother, you're fighting the champion. Come on, man. Remember the narrative. You got to take it from the champion. He didn't take it from Teo. Whether people want to say, oh, man, I think that Jermaine Ortiz won. Question, did he take it from Teo, especially in that 12th round? No. Even when I interviewed Jermaine Ortiz and I said, what would you have done differently in that fight? If you could get it again, what you have done differently? He said, man, I should have taken it to him. I should have taken it to him. And that's what I tell the people when y'all want to compare Jermaine Ortiz's approach, that y'all think that because Teofimo Lopez was challenged by Jermaine Ortiz and was challenged by Sandor Martin, that y'all think that Shakur Stevenson is going to beat him. At the end of the day, the question is for Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz, the reason why they lost that fight is because they didn't take it from Teo. You're just not going to be going and running around and stuff like that and think that you're just going to win the fight. You didn't throw enough and y'all didn't take it to him. There was no effective aggression in those two approaches. So at the end of the day, Shakur Stevenson, January 31st, a lot of people think that he's just going to be, oh, man, all you got to do is just box him on the outside. No. What you want is Shakur Stevenson to win. He's going to have a time, or he's going to have to say to himself, I want to beat Teo. I got to take it from the champion, because Shakur Stevenson is not the champion going into that fight. It's Teofimo Lopez. Does Shakur Stevenson has the potential to go and take it from Teofimo Lopez? Because it's not going to work. It's not going to work thinking you're going to win it like you won with Edgar de los Santos. Or you going to take it to Teofimo Lopez? You could work on the outside, but are you going to take it from a champion? Right? No time in Jerry, motherfuckers. Remember to take it. No time in Jerry, right? So, Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Dave's going to have to make a choice. Shakur, you do not want to fight your friend. So why are you going to the division in which your friend is going to campaign in? And see, for Shakur, is that we going to take over. Ain't no we in boxing. This ain't basketball. You know, in basketball and in football, we could say you a coach, hey, there's no Y in team, all right? There is no Y in team. There is no team. I don't like to hear that shit, bruh. Keyshawn and Shakur, we're going to take over. We're going to take over. You do your thing and I do my thing. You're not a team. Y'all boxing fans better get it together. Yeah, I don't give a damn. Y'all hate Teo. I hate Teo, man. All this shit. Man, be a fucking boxing fan first. Do you want to see Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis wins? And then they laughing at us and stuff like that when we're like, yo, damn, great performance. Because they're going to be fighting on the same day in the same building. They're going to be fighting in the same day in the same building. So if Keyshawn Davis does well and Shakur Stevenson does well, and then we're the boxing fans, hey, yo, man, what's next? Nah, Keyshawn, man. Come, you my brother, baby. You my brother. Yeah, you my brother. They're going to they're going to look like Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. Yeah. No, motherfucker, when y'all going to fight? You keep saying that they both got all the belts in the division, bro. You sound what? Hold on. I just saw a message. He said, Lorenzo said, you keep saying that like they both got all the belts in the division, bro. You sound biased, bro. We're boxing fans. We are they don't gotta look past their opponent. I'm saying Keyshawn Davis is skillful enough to beat Jermaine Ortiz, and Shakur Stevenson is skillful enough to beat a Teo as well. Teo don't come correct. He could lose to a Shakur if he don't come correct. Right? You as a boxing fan, Lorenzo, if Keyshawn Davis wins and Shakur Stevenson wins and Keyshawn is the WBO mandatory, who do you want Shakur Stevenson to fight? He's not going to fight his friend Richardson Hitchens, like he said, and he's not going to fight his mandatory, right? There won't be no unification bout with Richardson Hitchens and Shakur Stevenson, and he won't fight his mandatory if he beats Teofimo Lopez, Lorenzo. If I'm so biased, you tell me as a boxing fan, what the fuck do you want? What do you want at 140? If Shakur beats Teo, he becomes the lineal champion. So that's what I'm talking about, my brother. So that's what I'm talking. That's why I said, this is why I said that now, hold on. Then one of them has to make a decision, Lorenzo. Either you going to go for legacy, my brother, and I'm just going to go for the cash. I'm not going to disrupt nothing. I'm just going to go for the money because we're in the same division. You go for the belts and legacy. I'm the businessman. I'm just going to go for money. Yeah, at the end of the day, is putting a cap. One is putting a cap over the other. Either one is going to be preaching that belts don't matter. In the end of the day, as much as we try to understand that the belts may not matter in certain divisions and in certain fights or whatever, I think the belts will always matter to the high invested fighter or the fighter that we know has the potential to be a Hall of Famer, has the potential to be the top dog, has the potential to be the face. Belts matter when it's all said and done. It does matter, man. It does. Even if you don't want to pay the sanctioning fees like Bud Crawford, it matters. even like a Bud Crawford that fucked over the WBC, he fucked them over for the belts as well. Belts matter in the end of the day. Put it this way, man. Everybody that's a boxing fans, do we want to see Boots versus Virgil? Damn right. If it's the belt gonna be on the line or man, to be honest, I want to see the fight regardless because I just want to see a great fight. Yeah, at the end of the day, even if Virgil Ortiz fights Boots, if Virgil Ortiz beats Boots or Boots beats Virgil, what do they win? What did they win? So the fan that just want to see a fight of me, I'll see the fight. But the sports fan, if I'm a fan of the sport and see boxing as a sport and not just prize fighting, if I see it as prize fighting, I want to see the fight. But what if you really ask me, but if you tell me I'm still going to get the fight next year, I will get the fight next year, right? If they say to me I will get the fight next year. But if I had a choice, do I want to see it for a belt? I want to see them win something too for it. Because I always say that legacy reigns supreme. In the end of the day, yes, we're living in a life right now. And these guys may not think that legacy matters because they're getting good purses. You got Turkey Al-Shay giving a good purse. I'd rather get the purse, blah, blah, blah. When it's all said and done, the real generational wealth is the legacy. Go ask Mike Tyson. If Mike Tyson didn't have a legacy, Mike Tyson would probably be in the street. If Mike Tyson didn't have a lucrative legacy, Mike Tyson will probably be in the street, broke, nothing, because he has a lucrative legacy. Every time he falls down in life, that legacy picks him right back up. People do business with Mike Tyson because of his legacy. People could see Oscar De La Hoya and he could be with his Victoria's Secret garment, right? But at the end of the day, we be like, shit, Oscar De La Hoya will fight anybody, any place, anytime. He had big cojones. How many times you hear that? Yo, man, fuck it. Oscar De La Hoya is weird, but yo, when it comes to fighting, man, Oscar De La Hoya ain't duck no smoke. Oscar De La Hoya this as a fighter, his legacy reigns supreme. If Oscar De La Hoya did not have a legacy, everybody be looking at Oscar De La Hoya like a weirdo and shit like that, like pure weirdo, and they didn't want him closer to nobody in the sport of boxing. But because he has a legacy reigns supreme. Your legacy your legacy shadows or fogs your negatives. Because your legacy, your legacy. Hey, yo, is Mike Tyson's legacy is the reason why he could go through a rape conviction, and we are begging Mike Tyson to come out of jail. We didn't give a damn about Desiree Washington. I don't even know how the bitch look like now. We love Mike Tyson. Fuck the bitch, right? Let's be real. Let's be honest. We love Mike Tyson so much that we didn't give a damn about the bitch. Hey, yo, we on, man. And we serious. Oh, man, a man rape a bitch, man, that's some fucked up. With Mike Tyson, we like, man, that bitch is crazy, man. You took the best thing that ever happened to me. You took Mike Tyson away, man. You bitch, why you went to the hotel room, you bitch? Why you went to the hotel room? What you think you was going to watch? General Hospital, you bitch? How you going to take my beautiful Mike Tyson away from me, my entertainment purposes, damn it? Right? Ain't give a damn about that damn bitch. Let's be honest. That's the hardcore boxing fan. We wanted Mike Tyson out. Nigga, we was filing petitions to get Mike Tyson out of jail. The judge is looking at, God damn it, you crazy lunatics. Don't you know that this man raped this woman? I don't give a damn. I want to see Mike Tyson versus Holyfield. Fuck that. He ain't give a damn about chick. Let's be real, let's be honest, man. We just always, man, us boxing fans, we're just as barbaric on what happens than what happens in the ring. We seen Gervonta Tank Davis choke his baby mama. Manhandle his baby mama. It went viral in the arena. And we like, nah, we want to see Tank versus Haney. We want to see Tank versus Shakur. Man, fuck that shit. fuck the baby mama. Let him out of jail. He got a hit and run and shit like that. We heard that. Damn, he even hit a pregnant woman. Shit, hope she ain't lost a baby, man. We need Tank out. we need to see that Tank and Shakur. Fuck the pregnant chick that got hit with a car, man. I hope she dropped the charges. I'm telling you, the boxing fans, we're more crazier than what happens in the ring, bro. We are barbaric. We're the most barbaric human beings. Boxing fans are the most barbaric human beings. Let's not forget that not everybody's a combat sports fan. Not everybody, right? We're just lunatics, bro. We're crazy. Remember what we pay for. And I always say this. Remember what we pay for. We, the boxing world, pay for another human to we are entertained. We pay to see other humans strip the health and the life from another human. If a person gets knocked out cold, we're cheering. Yeah, you got knocked out, motherfucker. Look at you. We don't, and his kids could be looking, Papi, Daddy, wake up. And like, yeah, how much you want? Yo, I want like $10,000. Yo, I bet that shit, yo. Can you imagine the Manuel Marquez fan base and the Mexicans when he knocked out Manny Pacquiao out cold, and we thought that Manny Pacquiao was dead, and we see Jinky, his wife, money, and you say, and half of the boxing fans is saying, Dallas, Manuel, coños, Dallas, ese tigres, Manny Pacquiao's, God, you knock out, you bitch, yes. Yo, we're barbaric, bro. We are barbaric, man. Because that's what we pay for. We pay for that shit. That's why we don't care about your damn. That's why you think when fighters be like, I'm suffering from mental illness and stuff like that. I need to say, man, we shut the fuck up. Get in the ring, man. We gonna fuck about your mental. We don't care. Cause health is the last shit we care about, bro. We don't care about your mental illness, your physical illness. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence is gonna have a surgery, eye retina and stuff like that. Man, show that proof, man. You ducking Manny Pacquiao, yo. Remember Jamel Charlo? People with Jamel Charlo. Man, you ducking Tim Tszyu, man. Man, he had to show the cast. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we don't believe you, man. We don't believe you, man. Remember Gervonta Tank Davis in the Pitbull Cruz fight? Nah, I injured my hand. Man, shut the fuck up. You ain't injured no damn hand, man. You got exposed. We don't give a hey, yo, we're so bad. We don't give a damn if the fighter, yo, put it this way, bro. You remember when they was about to postpone, or did they postpone the Tyson Fury and Ortiz under the Usyk? Remember the Tyson Fury, his wife Paris gave birth, and the baby was born sick. And Tyson Fury had to leave the training camp to be close to his wife. Nobody cared about that. You're like, come on, man. He gonna be ducking again, yo. Tyson Fury gonna duck again. Come on, man. Come on, Tyson Fury. Come on, man. We want to see that Usyk fight. Come on, man. We've been waiting for the undisputed battle. You remember, bro? We was waiting. Hey, yo, the boxing world was waiting for an undisputed bout for almost a quarter of a century, bro. Think about that. The boxing world, we was waiting for a heavyweight undisputed for almost a quarter of a century. I think it lasted almost, 23, 24 years before the last undisputed in the heavyweight division? Almost over a quarter of a century. So The boxing world, no disrespect, didn't give a damn about the newborn child of Tyson Fury. Now, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Don't be playing us like fucking Rocky and Part 2 and shit like that because Adrian is in the hospital and shit like that. Nah, fuck that bitch, man. Let her go through that shit, man. You see her after the fight. We was all like Mickey, like, all right, I'll be with you. Yo, Earl straight ducked that Pac-Man smoke. Yeah, everybody was like that. You don't believe? You see the proof. Show us the proof. Show us the proof. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Most of us didn't care that Ryan Garcia pop dirty. You know, I'm gonna tell you the reason. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. The real reason why, right? Regardless if you're a fan of Ryan, the real reason why most people didn't give a damn that Ryan Garcia popped for Osterin is because we haven't seen a performance like that in a long time. Like, yes, we've seen great wins, but the way Ryan Garcia was beating up Devin Haney from pillar to post was so entertaining, man, that I just ain't want to give that away. I don't want to know. Oh, you pop. Fuck it. What's Osterin? Fuck, let me Google that shit. Oh, man, that's nothing, man. Hey, yo. Even I was trying to come up with a bunch of, man, Osterin ain't shit. Come on, Taylor. Come on, Devin. Come on. Osterin don't win fights, bro. Osterin don't win fights, bro. Hey, yo, that performance was so good. It's so good. Let's be real. Let's be honest. The performance is all good, bro. Come on, man. Nah, man. Osterin ain't win that shit. Only Devin Haney fans was tight. But to be honest, we all should have been tight. To be honest, we all should have been like, yo, man, Devin Haney got fucked over, bro. Damn, man, yo, Ryan Garcia pop for Osterin, bro. But that shit was too good. Nah. You ain't going to erase that win out of my mind. You ain't going to take that away from me. All right? You ain't going to take that away from me. So you start arguing with people, be like, hey, yo, so Punch, you trying to say that you support cheaters? Huh? You support cheaters? I'm like, bro, if you cheat on your girl, if I cheat on my girl, will you still be my friend? Yeah, all right then. Would you still support me? Yeah, all right then. So fuck, what you talking about? Fuck it, cheater. We all cheat. I mean, I don't give a damn. we start devaluing shit. I'm telling you, bro, we don't care about the health, man. We don't care about the health. But when it comes to this fight, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, I like the fight. But we are a boxing fan that always say, what's next? Right? We look past opponents. We look past events. We look at it, right? We do that with every sport. We do that with every sport. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm already thinking about the finals. I'm thinking about the playoffs already. I know the Knicks is going to make it to the playoffs. Now the question is, who we going to face? Who we going to face in the playoffs, and how deep we're going to get into the playoffs so we could get the finals, right? We're sports fans. In the end of the day, fighters come and go, players come and go. I'm a Knicks fan from the early 90s to now, right? Since I could remember watching my Knicks, right? My heart was the Knicks because of John Starks, Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing ain't playing no more. John Starks is not playing no more. But I'm still a Knicks fan, right? Mike Tyson was my favorite. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. was my favorite boxers, and Pretty Boy Floyd. They're not fighting no more. I still love boxing. So there's some fans that just want to stay within, that just want to be a fan of a boxer. I'm a fan of boxing. I rock with my guy Tio. But at one point, Tio is going to retire. I'm still a boxing fan. Tio could be like, you know what, I retired. Fuck boxing. I ain't gonna watch boxing. Well, I'm watching this fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So I'm looking at this situation. There's boxing fans that love the daring to be great, the legacy, the belts, and there's now boxing fans that's saying fuck the belts. And I'm saying is that the belts matter now. My understanding now, whether I want, unfortunately, is that belts matter depending on the fighters and the situation. And I think that the belts matter when we have expectations for certain fighters that has the potential to be Hall of Famers, have the potential to truly be great. We expect from certain fighters, we expect greatness from certain fighters that we don't expect from somebody else. When it comes to Teofimo Lopez, legacy matters. Shakur Stevenson, legacy matters. We're mad at Gervonta Tank Davis because for us, we see that the reason why we're mad at Tank is because we know he has the potential to be in Hall of Famer. And we want him to go after the dudes that have accomplishments so he could accomplish world titles. So nobody could tell me that the belts don't matter. That's the reason why we mad at Gervonta Tank Davis, because the belts matter. Because we know we have expectations for him. We know how good he could be because it doesn't matter if you're a fan of him or not. If you're a fan of boxing, you understand that motherfucker got skills. Right? They say that sometimes the belt makes the fighter, and for somebody and for others, the fighter make the belts, right? Yeah, at this point, Bud doesn't need the belts, but Bud needed the belts. For us to say he's a 3-division undisputed world champion, he needed the belts. He needed the belts, right? If I'll give you an example. If Usyk didn't have belts, I don't think we'll be pressuring. I don't think that the pressure after the Derek Chisora fight or the first fight in the heavyweight would have been like, yo, nah, yo, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, they gotta fight Alexander Usyk. No, it's because he beat Anthony Joshua. He has the strap, and now we want to see undisputed. But coming into the heavyweight division, we wasn't pressuring. We wasn't like, yo, especially the first 2 fights. We wasn't, yo, y'all better not duck Usyk. We didn't give, to be honest, we didn't give a damn who had the belts at heavyweight. We wanted to see undisputed because we haven't seen it from a long time. The belts matter, man. The belts matter. And yes, we know who is who. It's just like I said earlier, Boots versus Virgil. No belts. But then if it does happen, you know what we're going to go do? You know what we're going to say? Well, one of them got to face Xander Zayas. One of them got to face Fundora. So we're gonna want them to go backwards anyway to get some belts, right? If Boots beats Virgil, what's next for Boots? Because right now in the rankings, they got Virgil at the #1 ranking in 154-pound division. I get it. I like Virgil. I like Boots. But it's also sending a bad message. That Xander Zayas, that got a belt. Fundora, that got a belt. What are them? The boxing world and the rankings, the panelists that ranks these fighters, Ring Magazine, the Ring panelists, is now discrediting. It's not only fighters. It's not only promoters. It's not only matchmakers. Now, the people that got the power of the pen to put people into the Hall of Fame, now they are saying to the world that belts don't matter. The #1 fight at 154 is Virgil versus Boots, and it's for no titles. So how can you be mad? Let's say if Buzz says that belts don't matter, but then you, as a media folk that got the power of the pen, telling the whole world that the best fight at 154 It's for no titles. There were certain channels that be like, oh man, come on, man. That Conor Ben versus Chris Eubank Jr. ain't really a big fight. It's really for the legacy of their fathers. It's not even a world title fight. Well, do you want to see Boots and Virgil? Hell yeah. It's not for no titles either. The same outcome. You're gonna get the same shit that Chris Eubank, that Conor Ben got for him beating Chris Eubank Jr. And that's nothing. Bragging rights don't go into the Hall of Fame. Bragging rights and how much money you made does not go into the Hall of Fame. Do fighters care about the Hall of Fame anyway right now? Hannibal said Virgil never won a belt. He won't go into the Hall of Fame if he ties right now. Facts. Boots won't make it either with just the belt. Just by him being Stenionis, he won't go to the Hall of Fame. David Benavidez won't go to the Hall of Fame. David Benavidez, Virgil Ortiz, Boots Ennis, right now, they won't go into the Hall of Fame. And they gonna hit 30 in a couple of years or a year. I say this, fighters, of course, is a job. At the end of the day, they should all care about the money, just like we all care about the money. We go to work, or we entrepreneurs, or whatever. You own a business, or you work for somebody, or whatever. In the end of the day, you do it for them. Most people work a job not because they love their job or like their job, because they got to pay their bills and they got to take care of their family. So that's their pride. Their pride is to take care of their family no matter what. Right? So I want fighters to get compensated very well. I'm always for that. I want fighters to fight also for a good payday, especially when there's money in the pot, right? And they don't get jerked, because we don't want fighters to get jerked either. Just like I wouldn't want nobody in this world to get jerked and shit like that. I don't gotta know you. I don't wish nobody to be jerk on their pay, to be poor or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Fatherhood is prominent, in my opinion. If you a father out there, I want you to always succeed, because I want you to be the best father and be the best how you say it, what's the word, provider and all of that. You doing good, your kids survive. You survive and your children survive. You know what I'm saying? I understand I understand this is a dangerous sport, but there's certain fighters that's in position to get the money and the legacy. There's fighters in position for the money and the legacy. For example, Shakur Stevenson is in position to get the money and the legacy. Great fight for Shakur Stevenson. Teofimo Lopez beating Shakur Stevenson is going to be a hell of a win as well. Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, Bud Crawford, legacy and money. It's supposed to be high risk, high reward. It's supposed to be like that. That's tradition, right? Every time when we used to be like, hey, yo, man, back in the days, man, I wish that shit was like back in the days, because, yo, like back in the days, these guys used to fight each other. But let me say it like this, why these dudes ain't saying no. Because back in the days, it was a tradition, high risk, high reward. That's where we got that from. If Duran is fighting Leonard, that's going to be his highest payday. We never heard nothing like what we see today. We never heard that, oh, shit, Gervonta Tank-Davis is going to be facing Ryan Garcia for this much, but he's going to be facing Pitbull Cruz for this much, but then he's going to be facing Jake Paul for $40 million. How much did Anthony Joshua got paid to fight Jake Paul? What they said, $60 million, $44 to $60 million. How much he got paid his last fight? Nothing close to that. How much did Canelo Alvarez get paid for William Skull? How much was Canelo Alvarez going to get paid for fighting Jake Paul? 100,000? I'm not 100,000, 100 million. So now, if a fighter is fighting for money, low risk, high reward, that's not the fighter's fault, man. It's something in the business. That's not the fighter's fault. He can't be dumb either. I'm not so much mad as Gervonta Tank. I'm not mad at Gervonta Tank-Davis as much as a lot of people is, because what he's supposed to do, man. I'm going to get $40 million to face Jake Paul, but y'all want me to face Shakur Stevenson. Boy, I'm going to get 40 minutes out of Jake Paul. It's disrupting, man. There's a lot of things in the sport of boxing that's being disrupted. And I have a lot of, I think that there's a ceiling. I truly think that Shakur Stevenson could be one of the greatest. I think that Keyshawn Davis also could be one of the greatest. I got Teo. I think Teo. That's why I always said Teo, the captain of the generation, the commander in chief, because he's not coming with no limitations. He's not saying, oh, you know what? I don't want, if I'm a 140 pound lineal champion, you know what I'm saying? I want to move up, but I don't want to face Bud Crawford, and I don't want to face Boots, and I don't want to face the. Y'all call him crazy, but would you rather him not say I want to fight Boots? Would you rather not him? The lineal champion, traditionally, the lineal champion at one division is already in position to face. That's why when Terrence Bud Crawford was the lineal champion at 140, what we was talking about? We already was talking about Bud Crawford versus Pac-Man, Bud Crawford versus Thurman, Bud Crawford versus Earl Spence. When he won Undisputed, when he won the Undisputed at 140, we was talking about Bud Crawford fighting the best at welterweight. When Josh Taylor beat Jose Ramirez for Undisputed, we was talking, and won the lineal, the man to be the man. Then we was talking about what's the potential fight for Bud Crawford, Earl Spence, blah, blah. What about Josh Taylor? They had a face-to-face out there in the UK. Remember? It was respectable. Nobody shitted on that. I didn't hear one soul shitted on that. Nobody shitted on Josh Taylor when he said, I want to fight Bud Crawford after him being Jose Ramirez. When Teofimo Lopez beats Josh Taylor, yo, why is Teo saying he will fight fucking Bud Crawford? What the fuck? What was that? What was the what in this community? What was all that about? I didn't understand it. As a boxing fan, I didn't understand. At the time, Bud Crawford still didn't move to 154 yet. So he was at 147 still. Is they going to fight the rematch with Earl the True Spence? No, Earl Spence wanted at 154. Bud Crawford said, well, no, 147. So Teo, as the 140-pound lineal champion, was calling out the 147 lineal champion. Just like when Bud Crawford beat Earl Spence, who he was calling out. When Bud Crawford stopped Earl Spence, who Bud Crawford was looking at? Anybody? Help me out. When Josh Taylor be the man to become the man in Regis Progress, right? When Bud beat Earl Spence, he wasn't calling out Canelo. Thank you. He called out Charlo. He's barking at Charlo. Charlo, you next, because he's the man at 154. Teo was the man at 140. He's calling out the man at 147. But why all of a sudden people was knocking Teo for that? We didn't knock out Bud for calling out Charlo. We didn't knock Josh Taylor for calling out Bud. We didn't knock no Ino Uwe for stepping up to face a Stephen Fulton. Caesar. Spreading the wealth, opening the doors for the other family members. Let's go, Caesar. Gifted 5-Punch Drunk memberships. Man, my guy. That's support right there. That's support. That's not Caesar just saying I support you, man. Hey, yo, support my boy right here, man. Support this dang channel right here, bro. Appreciate you, man. Hannibal, yeah, you part of. Hey, yo, Hannibal, you part of the family. Hey, Hannibal, you part of the family now, huh? Hannibal, you always criticizing your boy Punch Roll Boxing. You see how we good out here? You see how we good out here, Hannibal? He's like, I punch, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Thanks for inviting me to the Thanksgiving and shit like that. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I'll bring something, you know what I'm saying? Potato salad or something like that. I you know what I'm saying? You see how the love we share out here, son? You see how the love we share out here? Like, I'll be damned. Damn, you know what I'm saying, man? All the shit that I talk about Punch, man, shit. I mean, he's really a nice guy, you know what I'm saying? All right, man. All right, let me slow down a little bit on this guy, man. You know what I'm saying? I like his community. His community is cool after all. But yeah, man. But yo, this is a great card. I mean, this is a good card. I'm not gonna say this is a great card. You know, I did say on my, if y'all follow me on X Full on that Twitter, I did say I don't think that Turkey Al Sheikh is throwing the bag like that no more. He's gonna throw the bag for a main event, but I think the days of stacking those cards, like remember, like Turkey Al Sheikh was stacking cards where the number 5, like the bottom 5, it could be a main event. Now you saw that Canelo versus Crawford fight. We had the Vargas brother Wash as the co-main event, and now we see, you know, this is a good co. I like the co-main, but it's a tradition. It feels like a tradition top rank undercard. It's not the Turkey undercard. Turkey got advisors now, and I truly think this. I'm not gonna put this on Turkey. I think Turkey is disappointed in us. I'm not even talking to just the fight. I think Turkey is disappointed in the American boxing fan. You know why? Couple things. And I'm going to open up the panels. I want to talk about this. And I want you to tell me if I'm wrong or right, if you agree or disagree. You know what I'm saying? I love to educate, and I love to be educated by my brothers, right? Turkey Al Sheikh was throwing money like I'm telling you, like he was the baller going to a strip club. He was throwing money everywhere, even to the ugly ones. He was going to the strip clubs on a Tuesday and still throwing the same amount of money, right? People was not matching the performances. People was not maximizing their performances. A few, but they wasn't maximizing it. And I think that Times Square card really put a stamp on Turkey Al Sheikh mind and say, you know what? I'm no longer going to spoil these guys. Nah. These motherfuckers are taking advantage of me. Ryan Garcia. What did Ryan Garcia say after the fight? He didn't have urgency. He didn't have a killer instinct. You just got $20 million, my brother. You got $20 million, and that's how you're going to perform? That's how you're going to perform. Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. You know, that was running, but you know what that was running? I'm not going to do them. I'm not going to perform to the best of my ability. I need to secure the bag for the Ryan Garcia fight. Turkey Al Sheikh noticed you guys are securing the bag to live another day. Y'all want to fight? Let's fight to live another day. Nobody was wowing Turkey. Think about it. Who? Tell me when Turkey stands up and said, "Oh my goodness!" The only fight that Turkey Al Sheikh was, "Oh my fucking God, I love it," was the Conor Ben and Chris Eubank Jr. They maximized the dollar. They maximized the interest. Hey, yo. And then Rapstar Boxing Out say, yo, Turkey is doing a good card in space one day. And then Turkey Al Sheikh heard our voices. Not my voice, because I never complained about pay-per-view. But he heard the voices of the American boxing fans. Oh, man, we ain't PBC, man. For real, man. These pay-per-view, hey, yo, the pay-per-view money is, man, it's all stacked up, man. That shit is too much, man. What the fuck, yo? For real. This ain't a pay-per-view fight. Fuck Al Haymon, man. Fuck all these, man. Fuck, man, yo. Turkey's the man, yo. And then Turkey was listening. That's the problem out there in America. Is that the problem? Is that what you're telling me, Americans? That Al Haymon is hiking up the prices, $79.99. I mean, I don't complain. I have other money, all right? I got money for fucking 300 bitches to wipe my ass each and every day, every night. But I have an understanding the American boxing public are frustrated. They're frustrated. The interest rate is going up. The gallon of milk is going up. The gas is going up. I need to bring the pay-per-view money down. So you could afford it. I love my Americans. And Turkey Al-Sheikh put the last crescendo for $29, $25, $95. $25.99. And I remember when he put that shit $29.99. Or what was it? $24.99. And everybody, you see, Turkey is good for boxing. You see, Turkey is good for boxing. Turkey is great for boxing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You look at this fucking card, yo. This shit ain't no $70, $50. That Turkey looking out. The last crescendo sold 45,000 pay-per-view buys. It was embarrassing. 45,000. With all those complaints, that was just that. That's it. That was just it. Complaints. We just wanted to complain. The American boxing fan was just complaining about the pay-per-view price, and then he put the last crescendo for $24.99, and motherfucker still didn't want to pay. Y'all still robbed it. Remember, they was calling the last crescendo one of the best cards in the history of the sport of boxing, and the Americans didn't want to pay for it. We robbed it. Turkey, I said, what the fuck? And then Turkey Al-Sheikh lost $10 million. The first time we heard that Turkey Al-Sheikh lost money. The first time we heard in almost 2 years that Turkey Al-Sheikh lost money was the Majumov versus Buck Crawford. And he gave a tons of money for Eminem to perform. He's like, what the fuck is going on? These are Americans. They bitching and whining about pay-per-view. I put the pay-per-view. They don't want to pay. I'd give them Eminem. Eminem, one of the greatest rappers of all time. I gave them Eminem. The last time in PBC, Bud Crawford came out with Eminem and sing a little rippity rap for 2 minutes. I gave them a mini concert of Eminem, and you stare, motherfuckers. I lost money. What the fuck is wrong with them? Then I'd give you at Times Square, ladies and gentlemen, I put Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez on the same card. Look at what I do. Look what the fuck I do. And that card was one of the boringest card in the history of boxing. So Turkey Al-Sheikh is like, damn, yo. I put the pay-per-view low. I give you rap. I give you Eminem. I gave Buck Crawford a stadium after him beating Earl Spence and stuff like that. I gave you Times Square, and I put all these guys in the same. Like, think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Whether you like these fighters or not, I would have never guessed Ryan versus Rolly. That Ryan, Devin, and T on the same card, that we will be saying by the end of that event that was one of the most boringest events. Think about it. Just think about it. Ryan, Tio, and Devin on the same card. And by the end of the weekend, we're talking about this has been the most boringest weekend in boxing history. Turkey Al-Sheikh must have been, no. I'd give $20 million to Ryan, $10 million to Devin Haney, and he run. Teofimo Lopez, he did something. That's the guy that I devalued. He's the one that promoted the fight. Ryan didn't say shit. Devin didn't say nothing. I was supposed to see a war. Let me tell you like this. Turkey Al-Sheikh, he's a boxing fan just like us. He don't know too much about boxing. We know that. He's a boxing fan. But even in the press conferences, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney was boring, bro. Like, think about this. Turkey Al-Sheikh wants to sit back and be entertained. I think that he wasn't entertained even with the and I gotta keep it real. The T.O. my guy, and I was out there. I don't think that they matched that. Like it wasn't. They were supposed to sell that shit, bro. They were supposed to. Let me tell you like this, folks. When they do press conferences in Madison Square Garden, they rent, and I know this, they rent the little space where the ticket booth is at Anybody that been to a media press conference, they rent the little space. You know, in Madison Square Garden, when you enter and buy tickets or you go through the metal detectors, they close that little section out and do a press conference there. All the Triple G press conference is there, the Amanda Serrano press conference there, the Teofimo Lopez press conference. They go to the little room. They go to a little room, but really the press conference will be right there. Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, he rented the arena to do the press conference. He brought the TV shit down. He rented the arena. The press conference was in the middle of the arena, bro. That means that he had to rent the whole shit for that press conference. I'm telling you, folks. He didn't rent the little section where the entrance of Madison Square Garden. He rented the arena in the middle of the arena, bro. The Jumbotron came down. That's part of the show. The arena. And it was, it didn't match that. It was like, I think Teo could have done more. I think Teo Sr. did great. Shakur doesn't have that much of a personality. I don't remember no lines of Shakur Stevenson, to be honest. I feel like he wasn't. If Teo Sr. didn't go back and forth with Shakur Stevenson, yo, that press conference would have. If and then after it, the Shakur and the Hitchens, if that didn't happen, I think everybody forgot about that day. It was like, why wait to that moment? This is y'all moment now. This is y'all moment to sell now. This is y'all moment to all that shit that y'all was going back and forth. Now this is the day. And it was like, so I think that Turkey is looking at all of that, bro. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? This shit, they boring talking. They're boring. What the fuck? No, I did like the Teo shit was a little funny. It was funny. The part where he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like when he was trolling Shakur, right? But even if they would, it was like the energy wasn't what it was expected. Like everybody, for me, it was okay. I feel it could have done a lot better, but everybody that was around me, everybody, they said that shit was, they didn't like it. That shit was wild. That shit was boring. People feel like they wasted their time or whatever. Like, yeah, he would have said, yeah, true hood. He would have said money if they would have, but think about it. But think about if that Times Square car was in front of people, maybe Ryan would have maybe he would have been up for it. Maybe he would have felt the adrenaline from the fans. But what about if they would have performed like that with the fans there? Man, that would have been a bigger letdown. It would have been a bigger letdown. But I'm gonna open up the panels. If y'all want to chop it up. Anybody want to chop it up and talk about, you know, these potential matchups? Because I got more things to say. I think I do like Carlos Adames versus Ammo Williams. I got Carlos Adames whooping I got Carlos Adames beating Ammo Williams. You know what I'm saying? I think Ammo Williams just I don't know. He's just all physical. I don't think he used the IQ. I don't like the way that he adjusts. I don't think he listens. I don't know. I think Carlos Adames is gonna beat Ammo Williams. Baby Miller. I wish it would have been a better fight with Baby Miller, but that's good that he's on the card because he's from Brooklyn. Shushu is there. I do like the Keyshawn and Jermaine Ortiz fight. You know what? Though? You know, I think who they need to add for real, because that shit is stupid now. Why have Xander Zayas in Puerto Rico on the same day? Like, ain't nobody gonna watch that shit. Why don't I put Xander Zayas in this card? Like, put the matchup that Xander Zayas is gonna be fighting, that unification bout, put it in this card. Ain't nobody gonna be watching that shit in Puerto Rico. And maybe the people in Puerto Rico, but think about it. Top Rank don't even got ESPN, so I haven't seen no promotion to that fight. Put the Xander Zayas in this card, and then have the Xander Zayas versus what's his name and Keyshawn Davis and Jermaine Ortiz, and it will be a be a better card. It will be a better card. Like and keep the shoe. Put it that way. Keep the shoe. Xander Zayas and the unification battle 154. You got Keyshawn Davis and Jermaine Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. Like think about it. I think that's the reason why Turkey's not giving that money, because of course, why wouldn't? I don't think that Turkey is giving that enough money. I think Turkey has had it. Said, you know what? No, I'm not gonna splurge no more. These guys are gonna earn it the traditional way. I think the days of Turkey out shake splurging from top to bottom is done, unless it goes to Saudi Arabia. But even in Saudi Arabia, like David Benavidez did his thing, right? Shit, he gave it all to Tyson Fury. Yeah. Yo, you know, and I said this a while ago. Everything is an investment. I knew this shit was going to stop. Turkey wants more KO. Facts. I would want something. The thing is, I don't even think it's just about the KO. Is that he has identified what we have identified as well. Remember, he's a boxing fan. So he has identified that these guys ain't going all, they're not going all out. They're not going all out. They're not going all out. I'm gonna be honest. And I'm not gonna throw and I'm not trying to take away of his performance. I'm not trying to take away from his win. But Devin Haney, he should have stopped Brian Norman Jr. He should have stopped Brian Norman Jr. Like nah, yo, you know what it is? Is once I see that I already knew that Devin Haney was beyond more skillful than Brian Norman Jr. In my opinion, Brian Norman Jr. was always a manufactured fighter. I always said it for a year and a half. I said that Brian Norman Jr. is the more, and anybody that followed the channel, I kept the same energy. This ain't about before or after Devin Haney or nothing like that. I said that Brian Norman Jr. is the most manufactured fighter in the sport of boxing. But once you see, like, for example, Rolly Romero, he knocked down Ryan Garcia, and it's almost like y'all not going for it. Y'all not trying to. It's like y'all just want to just get the like y'all not really. Yo, y'all can't pay millions already, man. Like, what's the go for it? You know what I'm saying? Like, go for it. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, one thing that the boxing fans do, like, regardless they like you or they not, in reality, and I know this for experience, just watching how boxing fans are, watching how they move, and watching collectively what we truly support. You know what's that? It's effort. We love effort. You could turn people into a fan with effort. For example, people was skeptical about Deontay Wilder and his career. People was making fun of Deontay Wilder in his second fight with Tyson Fury. This was in reference to Tyson Fury. People thought it was a draw with Tyson Fury. I mean, people thought that Tyson Fury got robbed. In the second fight, Tyson Fury whooped Deontay Wilder from pillar to post. In the third fight, Deontay Wilder got beaten cold. He got stopped, not on his feet. He got slept. He was out. More people respected Deontay Wilder in the third fight than in the first and the second. But in the last fight, that's when he got laid out. But why? Because you saw it in Deontay Wilder that Deontay Wilder was really trying to win the fight. You know that Deontay Wilder gave it all he got. Nobody could deny that. No boxing fan. You could hate Deontay Wilder. That could be the worst fighter in that night versus Tyson Fury, the trilogy. All you could do is give respect to Deontay Wilder, even if he lost like that. Deontay Wilder did not cheat himself. He did not cheat the fans. That's what we care. Do not cheat. We are educated enough. Like, we could pick who we could pick to win, but when we see that you holding back, the fans don't like that. That's when you're stealing from the fans. That's when you're cheating yourself, and that's when you're stealing from the fans. That's what fans don't like. That's what fans don't like. The reason why people go at sometimes Shakur Stevenson is because you're too skillful to be fighting like that versus Nakatilia. You too good to be fighting like that versus Eddie de los Santos. The people ain't mad at that you're not a good skill. It's that we could identify when you're not giving your all. We could identify when you're holding back. That's when the boxing fans feel disrespected. Regardless who you like, but that's right there at the core of a boxing fan. That's when we truly feel disrespected. We identify when you're not giving your all. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when we saw Stephen Fulton, right? And we saw his body in the weigh-in. Right away, we already knew. I even said, nah, man, Stephen Fulton, man, look like he ain't even. Well, he did like 2 weeks of camp. You saw it in Stephen Fulton why he lost. Before the fight, you saw why Stephen Fulton lost that fight with Shakur Foster. You saw it. You saw it in the scale. You saw it. We saw his body. We saw like he just trying to cash in and get the fuck out. He don't care. He don't care. You can see it. Gervonta 10 days versus Lamont Roach. Doing amateur shit. Turning around. Taking it. Doing some amateur shit. Mental lapses. We know that Ryan Garcia is way better than what he's shown in the Rolly Romero fight. And that's what it is. It becomes all about money. Yeah, when you know what it is, get breezy. The whack shit is y'all already getting paid. These fighters know they're getting paid way more, way beyond their market value. They're getting paid way, and they know that. If it wasn't for Turkey out shape, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo won't be getting paid 8 figures. If it wasn't for Turkey out shape, Devin Haney wouldn't be getting paid. After the Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney wouldn't be getting paid more than $2.5 million. Or 2.8. He wouldn't even reach $3 million. Because remember the Sando Martin and Devin Haney purse bid. Nobody bid it on that fight. But I don't think that for the most part that people are fighting to the they're not fighting to the max of the potential. Yo, Punch, what do you think happens in the Ryan Haney rematch? I think that Devin Haney is a better boxer. But I think that there's certain matchups that somebody just got your number. And I think that Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney know each other so much. I think that Ryan knows Devin Haney so much. And I said this leading to the fight. I said Ryan Garcia gave Devin Haney his last 8 count in the amateurs. Don't be surprised if Ryan Garcia hurts him. What you saw in that fight is Devin Haney was highly comfortable fighting Ryan Garcia. If you look at a lot of people saying that Devin Haney had bad strategies, but remember they 3-3. Devin Haney fought the same way he fought Ryan in the amateurs. He went after Ryan Garcia like he did in the amateurs. The same way. Go watch Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia in the amateurs. The fight went the same way. The difference is 8-ounce glove and no headgear. And now those left hooks connects. And you feel the impact of those left hooks. I don't think it's going to change. I think that they know each other so much. The reason why when the Lamont Roach and Gervonta 10 Davis and everybody was talking about, oh, Lamont Roach is going to get knocked out in the 3rd round. This ain't even going to last 2 rounds. I said, why Lamont Roach did good versus Tank? They've been fighting each other since 11 and 12, 13 years old. Lamont Roach knows Gervonta 10 Davis. He's not better than Tank, but he knows him very, very well that it's always going to be competition. Always going to be competition. You're just comfortable. You know his habits. You know him. You know what I'm saying? That makes it you know? And I think that's what it is. Look at Sean Porter versus Keith Thurman. Why Sean Porter and Keith Thurman? Why was a great fight? Why they went at it like that? Because they know each other. They fought each other. They know each other. They sparred each other. They work with each other. So it's like that. I think Teo and Shakur is going to be a great fight. Shakur knows Teo. Teo knows Shakur. They've been in they didn't fight in the amateurs, but they sparred and they've known each other for so long and they watch each other's fights. But what's going to change? Now he's 28. Both of these guys are 28 years old, 8-ounce gloves. Teofimo Lopez power has increased way more than Shakur Stevenson's power has. Does Shakur has underrated power? I think that Shakur Stevenson know how to play some good shots. I think he got some sting in them punches. I don't know if it's power, but he got some sting in them punches. I mean, it took him 9 rounds to stop a Pat Lee. Pat Lee was coming out of the couch. You know what I'm saying? Pat Lee was coming out the couch. Off the couch. Ryan can't hurt Devin. Devin can outbox Ryan. Yeah. I mean, think about it. When Ryan was beating up Devin, Devin was winning some rounds. Devin won like 6 rounds of that fight. 5 to 6 rounds of that fight. Devin. The reason why Ryan Garcia won that fight was the knockdowns. But Devin, I think it was, what was it, 6-6? So I still got Ryan, but I still got Devin competing. I got Ryan in that fight, but I got Devin competing. And just because Ryan knows Devin. But if it was the other way, if they never would have known each other that long or something like that, I think that Devin Haney would have made some adjustments and stuff like that. I think Ryan just had too much. I think Ryan has so much distractions. And not everything negative is like, I think that he's in the position and probably he don't want to say it. But Ryan don't have to box. Ryan don't have to box. I remember I asked his father, I said, yo, how much money I said, how much does he make more money in boxing or outside of boxing? Shout out to Henry Garcia. Henry Garcia said that Ryan Garcia boxing money is like pocket change compared what he makes outside with endorsements and other things that he does outside of the sport of boxing. And that's how he's fighting. Think about this. Ryan Garcia, Pafa Osterin, got suspended, and then he headlines Times Square and gets paid more than anybody with $20 million. See, as much as I like Turkey out shape, that's also, is it right that Ryan gets $20 million to fight Rolly? Rolly gets $5 million, right? Rolly, remember, is coming from a loss. Ryan Garcia is coming from suspension. They making the most money. Rolly Romero made more than Teofimo Lopez in Times Square. He's coming from a loss. Ryan is coming from suspension. Devin Haney got $10 million. Jose Ramirez is making $3 million. Almost the same shit that Teofimo Lopez was making. Allegedly. So even with Turkey on Shake is, even the morals of paying fighters is not even. You know, just think about it. A person like Teo and his resume, what he accomplished, and you got William Skull getting paid $4 million to fight Canelo Alvarez in Saudi Arabia. No wonder fucking William Skull ran. He ran because he thought that, man, I could get $4 million. I don't even gotta get hurt, and I'm in Saudi Arabia. Let me squeeze. When's the last time William Skull fought? Turkey Ashik ain't never gonna have him on. Ryan and AJ just need to quit boxing and become movie actors. Man, they got paid so much. They got paid so much, and it's good. I want fighters to get paid, but not everybody's like Floyd, man, and not everybody like Canelo either, man. Not everybody like Oscar De La Hoya, where you get paid so much and you know you don't have to fight no more. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise that guys like Teo maybe didn't get paid what he should have earned. That maybe keeps him hungry, keeps him wanting to be the best. Still have a chip on his shoulder. And that's why I'm telling y'all, bro, Teofimo Lopez is locked in. Teo was locked in like never before. Teo was locked in. I'm telling you, Shakur Stevenson better come 100%, not 99.9, not 99.8. Shakur Stevenson, January 31st, better be on the A's of capital A game. This little mistake, I'm telling you, Teofimo Lopez got some chip on the show. He knows what the world of boxing. He knows that y'all don't believe in him like that. Y'all know that y'all got him as an underdog. He don't get paid like these guys. Everything he's taking in, he got all the motivation. He knows the click, the Keyshawn, the Bud, the Crawford, and Turkey loves them. And he heard what Turkey Al-Sheikh said in that interview in the press conference. Remember what Turkey Al-Sheikh on the phone said? And if Shakur wins, he would have a big fight in May. If Shakur and Tirf, and then he had to add Teo. Remember, go back to the press conference. So now he's like, oh, okay. Now they're looking for Shakur Stevenson to win. The betting odds have me losing. The boxing world, most of the pundits and the trainers have me losing. Like, damn, everything I've earned and still, shit, I'm a two-time lineal. In the history of two-time lineal, they don't have him on the pound-for-pound list. It's like, yo, anything that this guy does great is like, shit on him. Maybe that's a blessing in disguise. I'm telling you right now, I don't give a fuck if y'all. Teo is going to take over January 31st. Lucky, a lot of people now saying, yo, what Teo? Teo not even tweeting. Teo not even. Teo ready. I don't give a damn. Shakur could have all of the Keyshawn and the Bud and the Mayweather and the Andre war in the gym. We've seen it before. And that doesn't mean that he comes out looking spectacular. Let's not forget that Shakur Stevenson in the Edo de los Santos was coming out with Andre Ward and Bud Crawford. Floyd Mayweather was in the front row looking at his fight. He didn't have that motivation. They can't fight for you. You supposed to be. Shakur Stevenson was made to be a prodigy. Not Teo. Teo made it straight from the mud. No cosign, no hype, no entourage, no legendary fighter saying that he's going to be the next Roberto Duran or the next this or the next that. Don't have a country behind him like it's Honduras, but let's be real, let's be honest. It's not a boxing country. Teo, he's gonna earn his respect January 31st. Mark him out. I ain't gonna just tune in. Teo, they say there's the sweet signs, there's an art. He's gonna paint the best art y'all seen January 31st. And in January 31st, when he beats Shakur Stevenson, he's pound for pound. Number one and going to the Hall of Fame the next day. Yeah, I said it, damn it. Yeah, I said it. Ain't nobody in the history of the sport. Now, I'm not going to say history. In the last 35, 40 years has faced 3 pound-for-pound fighters at the time that he faced them in their prime. In their prime. Shakur, Loma, Josh Taylor. The best 3 wins, it will be him and Bivol. Bivol beat Canelo, Suldo Ramirez, and Beterbiev. Bud, Canelo, Spence, Porter. Usyk, AJ, Fury, Dubois. Teo, Loma, when he was pound for pound, regarded the best in the world. Josh Taylor, undisputed at 140. Shakur Stevenson, pound for pound, and they regard him as an untouchable force. Got no blemish in his game. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know, man. I'm heading out. Good looking out, man. I did put the link up. Nobody want to, you know what I'm saying, chop it up or debate or anything like that. So tomorrow we back at it. We try to go live almost every day, at least 5 days a week and stuff like that. Tomorrow we back at it. Good looking now, good looking now, Caesar. Gonna go peso punch. Tio is your homie. How hard he training? I'm telling you, y'all. Tio is locked in, bro. He don't know nobody. Tio is locked in, man. It's fuck friends, fuck family, fuck everything. Not fuck you, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, yo, he ain't paying attention to nothing, bro. Yo, I'm telling you, he's on the zone. He's locked in. Love y'all. God bless. On to the next. He's locked in, Caesar. He's locked in. Locked in, bro. I ain't gonna say this ain't the lock in that's gonna be a massacre. This is a locked in that's gonna be science. He's gonna break down Shakur Stevenson to the point where everybody in that arena, and he's gonna be, I'm telling you, he's gonna be looking at all them legends in Madison Square Garden. And the words of Bernard Hopkins, Bernard Hopkins gonna say it again. I remember when Bernard Hopkins, when he seen Teofimo Lopez beat Lomachenko, and he said, yo, I don't see this guy losing to nobody ever. He said the only person that could beat Teofimo Lopez is himself. I don't see none of these guys beating Teofimo Lopez. He'll go his whole career. That's what Bernard Hopkins said after the Lomachenko fight. Watch what he does to Shakur Stevenson. If y'all respect Shakur more than Loma or the Josh Taylor, I said this a couple of weeks ago. I said, the boxing world, you have created a monster, bro. And that's why I'm like, yo, keep on thinking. Yo, the boxing world created a monster. Killing out Big Vic in the building. What's good? He said T.O. was sending a statement to the boxing world. Facts, Big Vic. Hey, yo, he's sending a statement. All-time statement. Historic statement. You ain't never going to doubt T.O. after this. They ain't, yo, Big Vic, they ain't never going to doubt the takeover after this. Never. Yeah, man, I'm going to get some rest. Go watch. Now, y'all, no way. All right, folks, man, love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.